15.
All right, sticking with the Cavs here, look who made an appearance in a uniform at pregame shoot-around. It was one Isaiah Thomas. He was loosely slated to return around this time, but he's still waiting to be medically cleared for actual game action. Cavs didn't need him in this one, though. LeBron went for 34. Kevin Love added 27 as Cleveland beat the Bulls 115-112. Not lost on us. The Bulls had a 7-game win streak going. Great for them. So what did being back on the floor mean to Isaiah Thomas? Here he was after the game.
It was everything. I mean, when I was out there in warm-ups, it just felt like I was a rookie again, like my first game. I haven't been in an arena like that where you're warming up, you're with teammates. Like, that's so new to me right now because I've been down since May. So just being out there, it put a smile on my face. Like, it was everything for me to just put a jersey on and feel like I was part of the team. And that day's coming sooner rather than later.
It's an interesting discussion because, of course, we want to see Isaiah Thomas back in uniform, but Cavs are playing really well right now, exactly the way they look and exactly the way they're stacked. So what do they actually need from Isaiah once he returns, Nick?
Right when he returns, they don't need much. They just need Isaiah to slowly work his way into shape, work out his rhythm with LeBron, and find his hierarchy on this team. Is he going to be the second option with Kevin Love dropping down to the third, or is he going to be the third option with Kevin Love staying as the second option? Like, the Cavs are in an interesting spot because 2.5, or I guess it would have been 3.5 weeks into the season when they're 5-7, a lot of the conversation was, listen, we can't panic about the Cavs until Isaiah gets back. They're going to, of course, you lose your second best player. You get just Jay Crowder in return, essentially. You're going to struggle. But now they've won 19 of 21. Now that all of a sudden they have one of the best bench units in basketball, and now that LeBron is playing the best basketball of his career, they don't need much from Isaiah right now. Now they will in the NBA Finals to have a chance to beat either the Rockets or the Warriors. But right now, what they will need from Isaiah when he gets there is just to let him ease back into basketball, get into rhythm, and keep their fingers crossed his hip doesn't get re-injured.
Yeah, let's not forget the journey of Isaiah Thomas. They have a very interesting documentary with him. He's actually has a TV crew with him. The day that he got the call, the text actually from Danny Ainge, which led to a call letting him know with his family there, him going through his house, getting ready to tell his kids. I mean, he was really shocked that Boston was trading, and he was, as he began to tear up, and was like, "I did everything for that city. I can't believe I gave my heart, my soul. I was injured, but I injured my hip more trying to play, made it worse, and they got rid of me." He's never been on the court with LeBron James. That's the first time he put his jersey on, and him and LeBron are actually on the court in a game. He's like millions of kids the way they're going to be Sunday night, Monday for Christmas. I mean, this is a great opportunity. He's in the last year of his contract. He's on a very good team. In his mind, he knows this team is a lot better than the Celtics. So it had to be a little overwhelming because this journey that he's been on, like, I mean, you talking about a chip on your shoulder. He's always had a chip. You go back and listen to his high school story, college story, lack of attention being drafted, even with the Celtics. So
bounced around the league once he got to the league.
Yeah.
He scored 20 points a game his third year in the league, but Sacramento's like, we don't want him. Phoenix,
that ain't good enough.
We don't want him. Boston, he goes there, damn near wins the scoring title, has the tragedy with his sister, gets the team to the conference finals, is an all-NBA player, and they trade him.
Right, and let's not forget, who's starting at point guard for the Cavs right now?
Jose Calderon.
Yeah, I mean, God bless his soul.
Right.
But, I mean, he should be the 12th, 11th, or 10th man on the Cavs bench. So he's filling that spot. All he has to do is do exactly what Calderon is doing right now. He's a better shooter. He's a better ball handler. Now, he's not as good defender. My thing is fit in and play defense. Win your teammates over on the defense end. He's not a great defender, but be in the right rotations and playing the right way, I believe, slowly gets into where the offensive productivity gets back in February.
And that is the key. The fact that the Cavs don't need him per se, but but could use him. Yeah, he gave you 28.9 averaging last season, and it would be great to have that. But the Cavs don't actually need that right now. And what that does for Isaiah Thomas, tell me if I'm wrong, is there's no pressure on him. Come back when you're feeling really good and healthy. Come back when you're starting to gel with LeBron James.
100%.
Come back when you know where your role fits into this team. Then they can really use you. So if the Cavs were in a position where we talked about they were a couple weeks ago, where they were desperate for him, where they couldn't find any rhythm, that puts a lot of pressure on this guy to rush back and to perform like he did last year.
I've watched IT on the bench watching LeBron. And the reason why I think this is important is because I've talked to other players, that being Dwayne Wade. I talked to him personally about LeBron, Ray Allen, Shane Battier, Mike Miller. And these guys talk about, there's a kind of a legacy of LeBron. But when you play with him and he's on your team, he's a better player. He's a better teammate. He's a better human being than even what people say. So IT getting that opportunity when only one who believes in IT right now to him is LeBron and the Cavs. So I just think it's going to be very interesting. And as we were talking to some people yesterday, the NBA season really starts with Christmas. So what has he missed out on? All right, we're getting right at those Christmas games. It's going to be an exciting finish for the NBA.
By the time Isaiah takes the court, the Cavs might be the best record in the East. I mean, right now they have the same number of losses as Celtics, just one more loss than Toronto.
Yeah.
I want to talk about one historical point for the Cavs and one future point for Isaiah Thomas. The timing of this, I don't think, could be better for Cleveland. Because what do we know about LeBron James in January or February? There is always some drama. It's usually self-induced or self-inflicted. His first year in Cleveland, January, February, he takes basically a 2-week mid-season vacation, goes down to Miami, trains with D. Wade, watches Ohio State win the national championship. He's just gone. Like, I need to get away from here. They don't typically allow that in pro sports. The second year in Cleveland, same time frame, he sends the fit in or fit out tweet directed at Kevin Love. They fire David Blatt. Last year, January, February, we need a bleeping playmaker around here. He's once again sending cryptic tweets. Well, now, in January, February, LeBron's not going to be able to be frustrated with things. He's going to have to be focused on getting IT indoctrinated with the team.
Getting he's playing the best basketball of his career. And he's healthy.
And if the team goes in a swoon in that time, I don't think LeBron would lash out because it's about, listen, we got a new guy. We got to get him involved. So that's the history of it. The future is this. Every single all-star, every single player LeBron's played with that was an all-star before LeBron got there, shot their career high from the field once LeBron got there. So D. Wade was an all-star before LeBron. Kyrie was, Kyle Korver was, Chris Bosh was, Kevin Love was. All of those guys shot their career highs with LeBron.
What do we call that?
So a force multiplier. Oh, the ultimate force multiplier, right?
Yes.
So Isaiah Thomas scored 29 a game last year, and he did it on 46% from the field, 38% from three. He's not going to score 29 a game this year, but I bet you he shoots a better field goal percentage and a better three-point percentage, and those were good percentages because LeBron puts his teammates in the best position for open shots. We are going to see a better version, maybe not a more productive, but a better version, more efficient version of Isaiah Thomas than I think we've ever seen. And CeCe, that lineup, when they want to let LeBron play point, have Isaiah as a shooter, Kyle Korver as a shooter, Kevin Love as a shooter, and then one of the J's, either JR, Jay Crowder, or Jeff Green, who's ever having a good game, as the fifth guy, that is going to be a deadly offensive lineup.
And also watch the subplot. IT's in the last year of his contract. He needs to play well to be able to keep LeBron there. I mean, they're going to have to try to keep IT, or I believe IT would be a part of the solution with LeBron staying there.
Realistically, a couple weeks, do you think?
Yeah, I would say somewhere around January 10th, you'd see him. Maybe
he might play a few games in the G League.
He came out yesterday and said, listen, the team said he might. He said, I am not going to the Canton Charge. Listen, Isaiah Thomas declared himself not interested in the G League.
Hey, IT, Canton's nice, bro.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I live in New York, but I sleep in Canton, bro.
Yeah, you do.